Welcome back. In this session, I'm going to explain you different Kubernetes installation approach. Yes, so when you go for the interview and the interviewer will ask, how did you install Kubernetes? And if you really don't know this different installation approach and this purpose, then you will answer question wrongly and interviewer will understand you really didn't work on the production environment. So this Kubernetes installation approach is important for you. Because of that, I have created this session. So let's understand what are the different way we can install Kubernetes and use it for the different purposes. So here you see we have three approach. One is the local installation, then self-managed production installation, then third party. So knowing all these three is important for you. So let's start with the local installation. So what is purpose of local installation? Local installation is ideal for local development and testing only. And this is not suitable for production. And if you are doing local installation of Kubernetes, so there are many way you can use it. There are many tool you can use it, but mostly used tool is Minikube and another is Kind. So let's say if you go in the interview and say you have used Minikube and the Kind, then interviewer will understand you really didn't use Kubernetes in the production, because Minikube and the Kind is designed for local development and testing only. This is not suitable for the production. So when you are doing the local installation, so either you can use Minikube or Kind. We are going to install this both tool on the local system, also test it, but let's understand when you should use which one. So when we install Minikube, then Minikube does not create cluster. We understood, right? So when we install Kubernetes, then it's the cluster mode, right? So we have the control plane, data plane, right? We could have the multiple control plane, you could have the multiple node plane, right? A data plane. But when we use Minikube, then it just creates one nodes and everything will be there. But if you want to get flavor of Kubernetes clustering, then you can use Kind, and the Kind create multiple nodes, even multiple control node and multiple data node. So if you want to play around with cluster mode of Kubernetes installation, then you can use Kind. So this Minikube and the Kind is for the local development and testing. These are not meant for production. Now, if you want to do the production installation, then you should be using either kubeadm or kOps, Kubernetes operation, or kubeadmin. So these are different tools that's available. Using this tool, you can do vanilla Kubernetes installation on the production environment. It could be it could be your on premises or maybe AWS cloud, Azure cloud, or anywhere. So to do that, you need a virtual machine. Then using this tool, you can go ahead and install vanilla Kubernetes. Yes, so complete open source stable release version of Kubernetes. So to do that, you can use this tool. Again, you can also do without this tool, but that will become too complex. But using this tool, you can manage easily, you can configure easily, and also you will have better approach to managing it. So when you should use this broad self-managed Kubernetes installation for the production, when you have experienced DevOps team who are capable of managing Kubernetes infrastructure, then you should use these tools. Now there is another way, third party. So, and these are mostly used in the industry. So Rancher is another platform, third party platform. OpenShift, this is from the Red Hat. This is completely managed, and you already know we have the Microsoft Azure Kubernetes service. From the AWS, we have the EKS Elastic Kubernetes service, and from the Google Cloud, Google cloud Kubernetes engine. So these are recommended for production environment. Okay, so if you want to run the production workload, so either you can use these or you can use these third party Kubernetes installation, and these are for the production environment. And what is best part of it, with couple of clicks you will be able to install, configure and run your production ready Kubernetes cluster, and they are completely managed. It has simplified setup, scaling and maintenance. You don't have to worry about the internals of Kubernetes installation and configuration. So they provide different tools, a different UI, and using these tools and UI you can install Kubernetes. So here I just wanted to let you know which tool and which platform we should use when. Just to recap once again, for the local development you can use Minikube or kind. Again, you know what is when you should use Minikube and the kind. Again, I'm going to do the installation, I'm going to show you. Now, if you want to manage production environment yourself, you can use either of this tool, or if you want to use third party, then you can use any of these platform. And in this session, we are going to use Microsoft Azure Kubernetes service. So initial couple of session we'll use either Minikube or kind. Then once we need to run production scale application, then we will be using Microsoft Azure Kubernetes service. So that's pretty much I wanted to cover here. Now next session, before we install Kubernetes, we know we need to access this Kubernetes, right? And how do we access? For this we need kubectl, right? So in next session we are going to install kubectl, then we will install Minikube, then kind, and then we will play around this Kubernetes cluster. We create some containers and then we'll go for the production setup. That's pretty much for this session. Thank you so much. See you in the next session.